Hello, everybody. Welcome to KISS.
Keep it simple, sister.
Hi, Diana.
Hi, Samantha, who also goes by Sam.
So if you hear her going Sam, Samantha,
Samantha.
Samantha, it's because she's learning a whole new way to say my name.
Yes.
That's
She
that's
was
fascinating.
she was introduced to me as Samantha, and I can't get past it. But Sam, I am, is really the better thing. And there's a whole Susan reason. There's a whole kinds of stuff going on, right?
Yeah, I think we explained it in one of them, maybe in one of the
I
podcasts.
think we did, but that's okay. It's irrelevant.
So welcome to our holiday special.
I know.
It's
It's
so
beginning to
exciting.
look a lot like
La,
Christmas.
la, la. Yeah, we're not gonna sign any recording contracts anytime soon.
Right.
Okay, so normally on this podcast, we talk about how to feel great by feeling better, which is all about the incremental changes that we integrate into our lives, just little bits here and there, and we begin to make them habits so that we can feel better more of the time.
Yes, and shockingly, we have done over 20 podcasts by now. I think maybe I don't even know, maybe even 25, like the 25th of December, which is Christmas when the Christ child was born. I don't know,
But maybe.
but maybe.
And we've had a
And
great
happy
time.
holidays to everyone who does not care about the Christ child. I don't know. I mean, that's horrible. Not that you don't care about it, that you
They're not into it. It's not a part of their
yeah,
culture or
there
whatever.
you go.
Yeah.
We celebrate Christmas over here at my house. How about you?
We celebrate Christmas. We celebrate, um, it's for us, like I always told my kids, Santa would, as long as you're living at home, Santa would always come visit as long as you believed in the spirit of giving. So it was
Love
all
it.
about gratitude and giving and believing. And so for me, the whole season is it's about belief, and believing in positive and believing in kind of I guess, the goodness of things. It's just the innocence of things. That's
Exactly.
really what's come together for me for Christmas.
Well, and I think many families and people, it's all about going to church, and it's a very religious holiday. For me, it's been about the magic and the belief. My whole life, really. And as a teacher, I love this time of year, and what's happening in a lot of classrooms now is that um, they're taking the magic out of everything, which makes me kind of sad because I just remember my time in school and, when we sang the Christmas carols and we made the ornaments for our parents to hang on the tree and all of that kind of stuff was fun and a really fun memory. So I'm hoping that teachers and administrators and school people have figured out a way to be inclusive of all the different holidays that occur around this time
Mhm,
and not eliminate Christmas because they don't want anyone to feel out of place.
mhm,
I kind of feel like it's a good idea to know about other cultures and other beliefs and other belief systems just so that you're a well-rounded person and you know more about things.
mhm. And it's okay to celebrate and find your reason. For me, the religious aspect was not a huge deal, but for
Mhm.
me, it really was. I mean, my religious belief is my spiritual beliefs. My spiritual beliefs, is all about the imagination and how that is the doorway to everything. So for me, like this is the penultimate, celebration of the imagination and the goodness that you create from it. I mean, think about when you're watching, the YouTube or TikTok or whatever, like my favorite stories are the ones that they create magic in the stories. Or it could be where, oh, one that I saw in particular that I'll share real quickly was this guy, he pulls up alongside this kid standing out in the cold. This is real. This is not an ad.
Uh-huh.
And the kid's got all these toys out front. And he pulls up and you can't see the guy, you just see him, videoing the kids. And he's like, "What do you got here?" And the kid's like, and he's British, and the kid's like, "Oh, I'm selling all my stuff, My mom's out working and she always gets me such nice things for Christmas and I want to get her something." And it was really, really like the guy, he probably could have wrapped it up much more quickly, but he was really kind of, it was just like a happenstance kind of thing. So he
Uh-huh.
was really kind of blown away by this kid, and he kept asking him questions, and how much would you sell this for? And how much would you sell this for? And he gets out of the car and he tells the kid, "I'll buy all of it." And the kid's going, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, the fact that you're doing this for your mom while your mom's out working so hard for you, you're out in this freezing cold doing this." So he gave him, like, the kid undersold the stuff, and the guy's like, "No, no, no, no. I know how much this costs, and I know how much this costs, even though it's used." So he gave him,
Uh-huh.
like, say it was $100, gave
Uh-huh.
him $100, and then he said to the kid, "And you know what? Just because, here's 100 more." And the
Oh,
kid's like,
wow.
and it was neat. The kid was just like, "Oh, no, sir. No, no, I can't take that." Like, he was, you could still see that purity, that goodness in that kid, that humility, and
Uh-huh.
yet he's like, "No, you've gotta understand what you're doing is really special, and you need to see that." And so the kid finally took the money, and I just thought, how ma and then the kid just takes it and kinda shoves the money in the pocket, and I'm like, "Oh, dear God, that $100 bill or pound note or whatever, that's
Uh-huh.
so going to the wind."
Yeah.
But it's those videos, and I
I
just
love that. Yeah.
tears and
Oh, yeah. Well, and this time of year, it just puts everybody in, at least for me, it puts me in a good mood. And I want to be even more generous than I am at other times of the year.
mm,
So, if we went out to lunch today and I gave a 50% tip, not 15, not 20 that I usually do. I was like, okay, well, 'tis the season. Let me make somebody smile a little bit more. Now, I tend to give pretty big tips anyway,
mm,
um, because my kids have been servers and my mom was a server, and so especially for really good service, I always tip very well.
yeah.
But I saw an idea of something on Facebook that was really cool. This family, the kids leave their old toys under the tree on Christmas Eve, and Santa picks them up and takes them back with him and leaves the new toys, and then repurposes them and fixes them up for other children for the next year.
What if you had a favorite toy, though?
I don't know that you have to give all your toys, but I think that, I just think that that's such a great idea. There's another
It's all
family
about
that I
giving.
know that they go through all of their toys and they donate them, to children who don't have as many toys as they do, a couple
Love
months before
that.
Christmas or whatever, just kind of cleaning it all out.
Mhm.
But I love that Santa picks them up and fixes them up and gives them to other kids too.
Well, okay, it's not quite the same concept in the end, but sort of like it is, going back to Halloween. What we used
Uh-huh.
to do with the kids is we celebrated the Great Pumpkin. And
Oh.
so you had to give, however much of your candy you gave to the great pumpkin was a measure of the gift that he would leave back behind for you. So we would get
Oh.
them to give up a lot of the sugary candy
Yeah,
stuff, and I would have maybe 1 or 2 things that I had bought for them. So depending on what they gave up would be the gift that I would return.
that's
So
great.
they all, believed in the great pumpkin, and that's how
Yeah.
we did it. And then meanwhile, Rob and I had all the candy.
Well, and this year when we were giving out candy, I was talking about, so we had popcorn and we had candy. And the story of the popcorn is really funny because my daughter Annie loves Taylor Swift, and they were selling these popcorn buckets that had the Eras tour on them. And she ordered a bunch of them, but they came with the popcorn if you wanted the popcorn.
Oh,
So she got 8 buckets, and so that was 8 bags of popcorn from the we went to the movie theater and picked it up and got the popcorn. So we had all this popcorn. So I went and put it in Ziploc bags. And so I was giving the kids choices. Do you want candy or do you want popcorn? And some of them were saying popcorn. I was like, oh, that's a great idea because you don't need too much candy. This will give you something else, to to have if you want it. And one of the little girls was like, we give all of our candy to the Switch Witch. And the Switch Witch takes our candy, and there's a gift left the next day in place of the candy. And I thought that was kind of cool too. So the Switch Witch
Uh-huh.
is very much like the Great Pumpkin in your story. I love
Yeah,
it.
but see, I had Charlie Brown backing me up.
Oh, yes, I know you did, but and I'm not even sure if these kids know who Charlie Brown is, but the
Oh,
cartoon, it it what is it? A Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown? No,
yeah,
what is it?
yeah,
Yeah, and the Christmas one where they're dancing around the tree. I just love some Charlie Brown.
mhm, that's so cool. Well, okay, so since we're on this theme, how do you celebrate Christmas? Like, do you open presents Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Always open them Christmas morning. And
Okay.
I have a friend who doesn't decorate her tree until Christmas Eve. And then they leave it out, like they get a real tree.
Uh-huh.
I don't get a real tree because I'm allergic to pine. So we have fig trees, which is kind of sad. But anyway, for years and years, I could not understand why I was always so sick at Christmas time. And it was
Oh,
because I was having a full blown allergy attack as soon as the pine tree came in the door. But anyway, so they get a big honking tree. They go cut it down as a family, and
mhm.
then they put the lights on it and leave like the lighted tree for, a week, 2 weeks, whatever, and then decorate the tree on Christmas Eve. And then in the morning, they open their presents or whatever.
Oh,
So my family always didn't open, like, I think some families also open one present on Christmas Eve or
that's what we would do, but it'd
exchange.
always be the PJs, so they look cute in the morning. Yeah.
Well, that's cute. That's a cute
My
idea too.
mom's
I
favorite.
never did the matching PJ thing. And I got the matching Christmas dresses for my girls, which they hated. But I always got them early because I wanted to put their picture on the Christmas cards. I don't do Christmas cards anymore either.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all my friends that are watching my
Yeah. This is it.
podcast.
Here we go.
Here it is. And it's funny, I saw one of my friends posted on Facebook. I did get a card from her, which was very nice, but she posted her card on Facebook and she said, for anyone that I forgot, Merry Christmas. And it's one of those cards where it's pictures of the family or, whatever it is they do.
Mhm.
What do you guys do?
Well, okay, growing up, we would drive from the West Coast to the East Coast, get in the day before Christmas. We would have Christmas Eve at my great aunt's house, and it was like huge family, and it would just be nuts, and we'd open up a ton of presents there. Then we would get woken up early, early in the morning and have to drive, I think it was 2 or 3 hours up the road to my grandparents. So, I'm trying to remember how that worked. Like, we wouldn't Santa I would either would be there or, like, and that would always confuse us, or, like, here we weren't allowed to play with our gifts because they'd have to stay boxed up so we didn't lose them in the car, like, but my parents wanted to come back. Everybody was in, between Columbia and North Carolina. So
Yeah.
we were always traveling back and forth. Well, nowadays, how we celebrate it is that we do, I always hate that, the white elephant, the way it sounds, the white elephant gift thing. But we all get stuff that we really think would be nice and meaningful, not the jokey gifts, but
Uh-huh.
there's a couple of people who do kind of joke gifts, but we're trying to weed that out.
Uh-huh.
But really nice gifts. And so we do the whole thing where, you pick a number and then you can steal it and all that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
So we do that at my mom's house the night before. And then we go to Christmas Day. We'll open up Christmas gifts in the morning. That's just our immediate family. So we have three
Uh-huh.
Christmases. And then we go to my mother-in-law's or mother-in-law, my stepmother's place, where that has become the strongest tradition because she does this whole steak dinner and it's that side of the family getting together and we do another white elephant thing.
Uh-huh.
And it's just both of them are just so much fun. So we actually have 3 Christmases, which
Well, and that's
I like
exciting.
that. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Well, we have a very small family, and when I started having kids, I made the grandparents come to us. So,
That was
and
smart.
because same thing, we would get up in the morning and see our gifts, and then have to get in the car and drive 3 hours to get to my grandparents' house. And I remember being a kid thinking, I just really want to play with my toys. That would be so, why? Why do we have to get in a car? What do we have to do? So
Yeah.
I kind of made that our tradition and it worked out because our family is small and everybody could come to us. It worked out. Um, I wanted to tell a quick story about a white elephant, though. I think you'll enjoy this. So I was teacher, and we would always have a Christmas party, and we would have steal the present one, whatever. The
Mhm.
best gift ever one year, and it got stolen and stolen and stolen and stolen until somebody ended was a candelabra, like like um
Liberace?
Liberace on his piano thing. Somebody had a candelabra and brought it, and people were stealing it, and so sad that they weren't going to take the candelabra home. It was the most fun thing ever. And to the girl who brought it, I was like, where did this come from? She said it was my grandmother's, and I always thought it was kind of cool. And I would put it next to my tub when I would take a bath and light up the candles. But
Um,
I almost burned the house down. So my husband said, you need to take this to the White House in
oh
exchange.
my
I
god, I
thought it
love
was so
it.
funny.
Well, okay, so the most popular one that we've had handed around, this is not at my mom's house, this is at my, stepmom's house, was a bag of weed and a thing that you could store it in that no dogs could sniff. That
Oh,
became the most popular gift,
I could see
and
that.
it was like this was like a couple of years ago, and everyone's like, "Oh, we're opening that door, are we?" And all of a sudden is like, "No, no, 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 no." Like, we just so usually one person, 1 or 2 people actually will throw something in like that now, and it's just it's a part of it because that's that side of the family. It's
I
just
think it should be a theme, and you have to get the most interesting thing for that theme.
oh, that would
I
be a
think,
good
huh?
idea.
Yeah, isn't it? I think that would be fun. You bring the creativity in.
I like that idea. Well, I might have to yeah,
You'll
because
have to
we gotta
report in after Christmas and tell us about
yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna propose that and see, maybe we can do that. That would be cool. Okay, so
Well,
our gift what?
oh, I was just going to say, even if you want it to be a surprise, just have the people in your immediate family start doing it. So you've got like 4 gifts like that, and
Yeah,
then say the challenge next year is to see who can top this because
that no, I like that idea. That is
it's close
really
to
clever.
Christmas and people probably have gotten together whatever it is they're going to give. Maybe.
Maybe. Rob and I, we've shopped last minute, but the thing is we have a tradition where, he and I go, just the 2 of us, and we make it like a date shopping thing.
Uh
So
huh.
we'll go and have drinks, and we'll go through gift stores that we would never go through, and we look at things that, one year, one of the things that we got for, the white elephant was a tea towel, and it said you know how people always do 5-year like, "Where will I be in 5 years?" And it says
Yeah.
something to the effect of, "Well, the people who were trying to guess where they'd be in 5 years, well, they would have never gotten this year right," and it was the year of 2020.
Uh
Like,
huh.
it was something like that, and I
There
can't
were
remember that, but
great things. I got a Santa ornament that was wearing a mask that we put on the tree now. I mean, just and we have a tradition of whenever we go on a vacation, holiday, whatever,
mhm.
we always get an ornament from that place so that as we are decorating our tree, we talk about the trip and remember the trip, and it's kind of fun.
Oh, I love that. That is so
Yeah,
cool.
I like it too.
Okay, well, I think is it okay now to say what our treat to everybody is? Okay.
Yes.
So our treat to everybody is following all of this, the next bit of video is going to be various beautiful scenery, like serene and beautiful scenery. And who knows, maybe there'll be some other stuff thrown in. It hasn't been created yet. This is a process that we were just going, this is what we got to do. And it's going to have what kind of affirmations, Diana?
Oh, the sweary affirmations, just so that we can go back and relish them. And in the new year, there will be new sweary affirmations.
We will bring about new sweary ones. So, so the rest of the video, you guys, it just please enjoy because it's all going to be inspiring sweary affirmations for you to attune to and just bring in 2024 like a lion.
And feel free to share them with your loved ones if you'd like.
Exactly. Well, that's the end of our sweary affirmation holiday inspirational reel.
And we hope that you all have a wonderful holiday season. And we can't wait to see you in the new year.
2024. Have a wonderful Happy New Year.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.